Welcome back. So based on the tech stack you sent over, we're doing a deep dive today into what I'd call the professional AV triangle.
Oh, I like that. What do you mean by that?
Well, it's that constant battle, right? How do you push high-resolution video over really long distances, but also guarantee it's, bulletproof reliable?
Right. And for this, we're looking at HDBaseT, and specifically this WolfPack 4K30 output card.
Exactly.
Because in these massive installations, and think huge sports bars, casinos, places of worship, reliability isn't just a nice to have, it's the whole ballgame.
It's everything. And speaking of tolerances, the first thing that just jumped out at me from the sources was the latency, or the lack of it.
It's practically zero. The numbers are pretty wild.
They are. Less than 7 microseconds. That's
Right.
0.0000007 seconds.
Mhm.
And that's over 330 feet of T6 cable. I mean, that's so fast. The signal's basically moving faster than your eye can even register.
And that speed is the critical why. It's what lets them guarantee perfect real-time sync in those huge venues.
Kills that classic problem.
Exactly. It completely eliminates that frustrating lag where a speaker's lips are just totally out of sync with their image on a screen that's hundreds of feet away.
Okay, so that speed is the why. Let's get into the how, the hardware. We're talking about the MM4K30 HDBaseT card.
Right. It's about a $250 single port card that uses that HDBaseT standard to push everything over a single cable.
It's 4K30 4.2.0 compliant, but there's a trade-off with distance, isn't there?
Yeah, you see that a lot. You get your full 4K resolution, but only up to about 110 feet. If you need more range, you can drop it to 1080p and push that signal out to 220 feet.
Okay, so that brings up a question for me. For a system architect, why go with these modular slide-in cards for the big matrix switchers like the 36 by 36? Isn't it cheaper up front to just buy one big solid box?
But that's the aha moment. It's about the total cost of ownership, not the day one price.
Yeah.
These systems use these little one-port slide-in cards.
So if a signal path fails,
You don't have to rip out the entire super expensive matrix. You just pop out the one broken card, slide in a new one, and you're back up. Downtime is minimized, costs are contained.
that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
And the sources list some other key features on this card, like 48-bit deep color support and 7.1 Dolby digital audio.
Yeah, you can't have a great picture and tinny sound, especially in a sports bar. And the other big one is the built-in HDCP and ED management.
Right, so that's the copy protection and the display handshake.
Exactly. It lets you mix and match different sources and displays without having to worry about all those compatibility headaches. It just simplifies the whole install.
So with a system this flexible, you'd expect the control options to be pretty extensive.
And they are. The sources detail just dozens of ways to manage these things. You've got your standard stuff like front panel buttons and a web DUI.
And the free mobile apps, of course.
Of course. But where they really lean in for the pros is the third-party integration. They have drivers ready to go for Control4, Crestron, Savant, all the big names.
And I love this little technical nugget they included for the custom integrators, the RS-232 script. If you want to switch input 8 to, say, outputs 1, 8, and 16, the command is just FS1 and 8 and 16.
Super simple, super efficient.
Okay, so the final piece is quality. How do you guarantee this stuff works out of the box?
Well, their whole process is built around this rigorous 6-step testing procedure. Reliability isn't an afterthought.
And the step that really gave me confidence was the 24 hours aging test. Every single unit gets burned inside an aging room before it's allowed to ship.
That 24-hour test, it isn't just a checkbox. It's what gives you peace of mind that this card is ready to go into a really high-stakes environment, and that flows right into the warranty.
The 2-year WolfPack care, right, with the advanced replacement.
Yep, they'll ship you a new one usually within 24 hours in the U.S.
So to wrap this all up for you, the listener, this tech really does solve that AV triangle. You get the perfect sync from zero latency, you get the distance over cheap cable, and you get that critical uptime because of the modular design.
Which brings us to our final thought. We know this hardware ends up in mission-critical places, casinos, hospitals, control rooms. So how often do we, as consumers or professionals, rely on that invisible 24-hour burn-in test? It's that hidden step of quality assurance that really separates professional-grade gear from everything else.